All right, let's do it. Let's work on Trap's retirement goal. We are in a, if it'll finish loading, we are in a force link scenario. So we just did the giant block of ice. We went somewhere. I don't know why we were going there. And we got a giant block of ice. And we got it back to our boat. And the guy says, hey, we need to take this back to Frosthaven to melt it. And then we're playing Flotsam, which is the name of one of the eels in The Little Mermaid. And I think that's the only time I've ever heard that before. So, not giant block of ice. Let's load Flotsam. And we briefly glanced at it last time. Just check if I wanted to take the ignore negative scenario effects perk on Deathwalker. Scenario goal is unknown. And we did take ignore negative perks, so I just need to suffer 2 damage and get a wound on Shackles. Let's increase our max health by 5, and then take 2 damage and get a wound. This is a very long-looking scenario, which makes me nervous. But we will just see what happens. Maybe I want Trap closer and Deathwalker in the corner. I think I want Shackles here. This is an obstacle that is gray. Okay, scenario goal is unknown. You're playing cards with the deckhands on the Cinnabar, our boat, losing what little coin you have left, when a strange mist surrounds the ship, and the once tranquil waters turn violent. Enormous waves propel the ship into the jagged rocks of a shoal, brutally ripping the Cinnabar to pieces. You and the crew are cast overboard to fend for your lives among the rocks and debris. You gasp for air as you're submerged deep into the icy water, your muscles spasming against the freezing pain. You surface moments later, hungrily gulping in fresh air. Luckily, the strange storm subsided almost as quickly as it came, and in the new calm, you look around at the carnage. The crew is nowhere to be found, and the only thing left intact is the Cinnabar's jolly boat. Is a jolly boat like the boat that you take to shore? Because, like, you can't get close to the... I feel like there's a different name for that, but why can I not think of what it's called? I've never heard it called a jolly boat before, but it's just got to be like an escape pod boat. Why? Okay, whatever. The only thing left intact is the Cinnabar's jolly boat, run aground on a small patch of rocks on the far side of the field of Flotsam. The debris should provide a respite from the icy waters and ease the swim towards the jolly boat. I really don't know very much about boats, or anything nautical. Pirates were never, like, a huge interest of mine. And so this just makes me think of, like, the Titanic and them floating on debris. Anyway, the debris should provide a respite from the icy waters and ease the swim towards the jolly boat. Unfortunately, quite a large number of Abelai and their marine minions have shown up on the scene as well. You'd rather have the warmth of fire than the heat of battle, but it'll have to suffice until you reach the boat and can get dry. All hexes in the scenario without overlay tiles are treated as water, difficult terrain. Okay, they are all water. We knew that they were going to be water for the purposes of lightning eels, but they are difficult terrain for the purposes of us, which is why this is an overlay tile, but it's a corridor. It is not an obstacle, even though the bookshelf is normally an obstacle. So we can float on this, and then it is not water. It is not difficult terrain. This also means that this is an obstacle for the lightning eels. Any character occupying a supply shelf, bookshelf, or barrel when entering any unoccupied water hex may move the tile they occupy with them. Any character standing on a thing, if you move into water, you can move the tile with you. So you're swimming on your barrel or on your bookshelf. and using it as your little mini boat. If they do so, the movement costs only 1 movement point. So you can walk into water with 1 move by taking your boat with you. Whenever any 2 hex tile is moved in this way, the tile's other hex enters the one the character exited, along with any figures, tokens, and non-corridor overlay tiles in the same hex. What the heck does that even say? Okay, whenever a 2 hex tile is moved in this way, the tile's other hex enters the one the character exited. That makes sense. So, Trap is right here. If Trap moves here, he can take the boat with him by moving the part that was on him. It would only take 1 point of movement to move into the water. The part of the boat that was here flips down this way. And so the other hex the character exited, along with any figure, token, and non-corridor overlay tiles in the same hex. Okay, so if I have a trap or a shadow or another character on the other part of the bookshelf, then when Trap steps and pulls the bookshelf with him, it would also pull the other character with him, or it would pull my shadows, or it would pull my trap. So I can get on a boat, and I can pull the boat with the other character. Which means that... So I feel like this is just going to be one big, long straightaway, because we're in, like, open waters, and we just need to swim to the other side to get to the jolly boat over here. I guess that's what this is. And so this is all water, so it would take 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 movement to reach. But if you take a boat, then instead you just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you get to pull the other character along with you. And then on their turn, they can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 characters can go together, and they can be taking traps and tokens with them. So that's going to be very important, because otherwise I am not going to have enough movement to get through all of this difficult terrain. Very interesting. It also gives me a way of transporting my shadows just by moving, because the shadows will stay on the bookshelves, and I can move the bookshelves. Very, very, very interesting. That's quite cool. That's a really unique idea for a scenario. It also is an obstacle for lightning eels, so I could go here to pull this like this. So I could go 1, 2, 3, 4 with Trap's movement initially, and pull this like this. And I think I like that idea. So if I put shackles here, I can just start with a honeypot, go 1, 2, because I pull the bookshelf with me, 3, 4, and not pull the bookshelf with me. I can do that, right? Not pull it. You may move the tile you occupy with them. They may move the tile they occupy with them. So I can wall off this by making it a corridor, and I can place a honeypot heel right here. That'll force this elite to step on this trap to hit shackles. I just need shackles to go faster than Deathwalker. And the only way they can hit us is if they get the move and jump, or they get the ranged card. But that's not too bad. So I like that start. I need to change my cards around a lot. Persistent Pitfalls, I want Honeypot. But I can take out the pull and the push, because we just had those, because that last scenario was kind of built around push and pull. So Honeypot and Persistent Pitfalls. Do I want Invisibility? I guess not, but maybe I do. Because if I want Shackles to be targeted, then Trap can pull Shackles in and just go invisible. I actually really like that. That can be how I enter this second room, because if I'm going for like a big unstable effigy explosion, I need the bomb to be in the right spot. But if I'm just moving 2 with like scarred effigy to get my retaliate up, then I don't have very much movement to get in. So it would be really nice to pull it in with with trap and go invisible, but then I also want to pull in the bomb and the shackles both. If I'm just going to explode in this second room. We don't know the win condition, but we can see from Xhaven that we've got a 96 health boss in the Fish King. So I'm going to need to stack up a big trap. I could just stack up a big trap and put it on one of my boats, one of my bookshelves, and pull it with me. But the boss is going to be, like, over here on our little jolly boat, right? And 96 damage is a lot. Okay. If I'm dealing 96 damage, that means I'm going to have to Wave of Anguish, and I'm going to need 5 shadows. It'll be really easy to get 5 shadows, though, because I have these eels, and I can transport my shadows using the boats. So it shouldn't be too hard to keep my 5 shadows with me. So I'll do Call to the Abyss, so I don't need Eclipse. Although maybe I need to move 4 on Eclipse. Other things are probably too important. I need Ritual Sacrifice because there are eels, and I need low initiative cards to underspeed. Because they've got like 5, 9, 16, 12... And then they've got 4 slow cards, I think, in like the 80s. So I need to be able to underspeed the 16 at least. That's their range card, which is like the most destructive. So yeah, I need Ritual Sacrifice. If I do a Wave of Anguish and I buff it up with a Power Potion, it's 5 attacks for 5 into the boss, all strengthened. So I'll hopefully draw 2 crits on it since I get to pull 10 modifiers with my Holy Water. So attack for 25 with 2 crits, it's going to be dealing like 35, maybe upwards of like 40 damage to the boss. And then if I can do Night Takes Shape, I get another attack for 5, so that's like 46. And then if I do Major Frenzy Potion, that'll be attack. It gets the Power Potion +2, and I get a +1 from Heavy Sword. So we're looking at like 55 damage in a turn from Deathwalker if everything lines up perfectly. And that's good. It would happen at 38 speed. So I really need to set up for that, and that'll deal half of the boss's health. And then hopefully I can build up like a 30 damage trap. So Deathwalker and Trap maybe will just be able to one-tap the boss. If there's like a door, I can like move in with Wave of Anguish and move all my shadows for 2 or something. And then... Okay. It feels doable, but I have to make sure I save all of those tools on Deathwalker because it's not a kill all monsters scenario. Well, it might be, but it's probably not. We need to kill the boss. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I was debating invisibility, and I think I want invisibility because it's not kill all monsters, so we might need to just run past them to get to the boss. And if Trap like runs past and is invisible, I probably want Trap and Shackles to go together. And Deathwalker, since Deathwalker just sends a shadow on the bookshelf with them, she stands back here. Maybe Shackles will die. I'll pull Shackles into the room, let Shackles just explode as much as it can to do as much damage as possible. Let Shackles die. Let Trap be invisible. Let all the monsters run towards Deathwalker, and then Deathwalker just teleports to the shadow that the Trap has been pulling the whole time. Okay. Okay. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I think we've got a good plan going on here. Shackles cards are good. I want Delayed Malady because Lightning Eels can stun, and I can use this to remove the stun. So maybe instead of Blood Ritual. And then we just need battle goals and a challenge, and we're ready to go. Whenever any character gains a negative condition, they also gain wound. I mean, hey, we've got Piranha Pigs, which wound on every attack, so that sounds pretty good. All enemies add 6 divided by 2, so 3 health to their maximum hit point value. Get that out of here. So when we gain a negative condition, we also gain wound, which Piranha Pigs wound on every attack, so I was probably going to be wounded already. So I do not mind that. And let's do it. Battle goals, and we're ready to go. Never short rest. Collect 2 or more loot tokens. Never exit a room with loot tokens in it. There are so many enemies in this first room, it feels really hard to pick up every loot token. Occupy a door, kill an enemy before its first rest, kill an enemy with 2 or more negative conditions. I can get negative conditions with the Mother of All Traps, but then I would have to hit them again on the turn after to kill them. So maybe we'll kill an enemy before its first turn. It's possible. On Shackles, 13 XP, that's doable. Move no more than 2 hexes. Never exit a hex adjacent to an enemy except through forced movement. I think we'll go for Workhorse. And I really would love to do my 40 damage thing in this scenario. So I want to bring Explosive Wounds. Maybe instead of Swift Vengeance, although curses are really good. I start with 1 negative condition. I can give myself a second, and so I could start with 2 curses. That's okay. On turn 2, I could still be immobilized and wounded, and so on turn 2, I could muddle myself and give them 3 curses. That's pretty decent, starting the scenario with 3 curses. I could just give myself 4 negative conditions. I don't think I want to do that, though. I think I like this idea of going Unstable Effigy to immobilize myself. The only problem, though, is that I would love to Line of Transference to give this wound to somebody. Let's look at somebody else first. So Trap, I think I'm going to move and Honeypot and move this here. And do I want Proficient Hunter? Or maybe that's too offensive. Let's do Dangerous Ground. I don't think I need Proficient Hunter in this first room. I definitely need Call to the Abyss, which means Fleeting Dusk to get a shadow out. I want Hungry Grasps to get me 2 Lightning Eel kills, so I'll need 2 shadows out for that. So that means on turn 2, I'm going to hit at range with, like, Black Barrage to get a shadow. So maybe I want Dark. So let's turn 1 do Call to the Abyss with Ritual Sacrifice to get Dark. Then turn 2, I can do Black Barrage with Fleeting Dust to get a shadow out. And then I get a shadow out from the target dying with Black Barrage. And then I can Hungry Grasp 2 guys. Which means that I need to get something low. So I need Shackles to be doing damage. Line of Transference would be an attack 4 on turn 2 with Wind. So maybe I immobilize myself and I guess I can just attack something with Cleansing Fire. Any other good attack I could do? No, I think that's fine. So let's immobilize myself and attack with Cleansing Fire. This is a turn. Oh, we get 5, which means I can't even underspeed with Trap to move this obstacle. So what are they going to do? The Elite, I guess he just sees this hex to hit Trap, right? And so he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 3, 4, 5, 10. So 3 goes here. 4 goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then now 5 will be willing to step on this trap. And then 10 does not see any hex from which to attack. So we have 3 and 4 will both hit trap for 2. Trap takes 3, so I'll shield that. And 2, so I'll shield that. Trap takes no damage. And then its Shackles is faster. So attack for 2 into Shackles, who takes no damage. And then, is it Shackles or... It is Trap first. So I can move in Honeypot. Let's move away from these guys. So 1, 2, and Honeypot. And then now when Shackles attacks, he can hit here and give a wound and do a damage suffer, and Trap doesn't have to worry about that. If Trap gets surrounded on this upcoming turn, then I can do... Oh, I wanted to bring Explosive Wounds. If I get surrounded, I can do Explosive Wounds. So let's just drop Transfer Injury. If Trap gets surrounded, then Explosive Wounds will be really good. So let's place a 3 damage trap down here to kind of wall this off. So that the eels are going to have to come up to hit Trap. And so we'll put a negative... We'll put a thing right here. That's fine. Now Shackles is going to attack guy number 3 with Cleansing Fire. It'll deal 2 damage, it'll wound him, and then the guy next to him takes 1. And then with my bottom, I just immobilize myself. I can move 1, 2, 3, 4. Or no, I guess you don't even have to do the movement to get the wind, because immobilizing yourself is a thing that you do on your turn. And then guy number 5 also gets immobilized. And now next turn I have 2 negative conditions. I can give myself a 3rd with healing. Oh, but healing will get rid of my wound. Well, that's okay. I guess I'll just go for Line of Transference to give the wound to, like, guy number 4. And that'll be fine. And then I'll just heal up. Maybe I don't need to heal yet, but I might as well also. Maybe I would want to go fast to go at 19. Not entirely sure. Deathwalker is going to make... No, not make a shadow. It was make dark, right? So I set Call to the Abyss, and then to make dark, I have to move 2. And since these are all water, I can only move there, and I can't move right back to where I was. But I can hit everybody from here except for the elite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is fine. And new turn. So I think I like Line of Transference. If Trap gets surrounded, then Explosive Wounds will be good. So maybe Reversal of Fate to retaliate on this guy. So I'll try to go faster on Shackles than Trap so that this Lightning Eel hit Shackles and deal some damage to him. I'll wound this guy. Deathwalker is just going to Black Barrage and I guess Fleeting Dust to get that shadow for Hunger Grasps next turn to get 2 shadows out. Trap, I guess, has reduced its surface area pretty decently. I could just Foxhole this trap and hit these 2. That's pretty good. The only problem for Shackles is that the Line of Transference then would be disadvantage if he's hitting right here. But I don't mind that. The only thing I dislike is that Deathwalker needs to mark a target, but it's fine, because Deathwalker will just shoot this Lightning Eel, and then Foxhole will hit both. But I would have to go after 28. Maybe that's okay. Let's Unavoidable Outcome in Foxhole, and we'll just figure it out. They're very slow, which is good. Target all adjacents, so this guy's going to hit for 2 into Shackles. First, okay, so Shackles is going to suffer 1 from the wound. Then eat the wind with Line of Transference, and attack for 4 with disadvantage into the guy who's right up on him, right here. And give him the wound. It does 4 damage, and it wounds him. And then we'll set Reversal of Fate bottom, and so when this guy attacks, we'll have him attack Shackles first, and then as long as he does 2 damage, as long as he pulls a 0 into Shackles, he dies to the Retaliate. Shackles is no longer wounded because I transferred that onto him, and Shackles' turn is done, and he one-shot this guy. So now, do I want Deathwalker to hit this or one of the other guys? And I guess I'll go for one of the other guys. So let's make a shadow with Fleeting Dusk bottom, and then attack Eel number 4 and mark him with Call to the Abyss. Consume the Dark to make it an attack for 3 with Black Barrage, and it does 3. And then now Trap is going to consume this trap to attack with Foxhole. It's a 8 damage trap, so attack for 7 here and here. Oh, it's whenever you gain any negative condition, not when a monster gives it to you. So I'll have to remember that for Shackles. I just got rid of the wound that I had this turn, and nobody else has gotten a negative condition yet. So attack for 7, attack for 7. 2 damage or heal to a trap within range. And then again. So we get 2 kills, because it was 2 attacks for 7. Which means we get 1 shadow out. Then I can increase the damage of a trap in range. So I'll do this one to make this a 7 damage trap. Maybe I should have done the heal trap. And then I'll set unavoidable outcome. And then it's them already. So this guy, he can't hit 2 targets. So he'll just move 1, 2 and hit trap. Attack for 4. There's no light to stun. It does do 6 damage. Then this guy's going to hit Shackles first. Attack for 2. Show me a 0. Nice. Shackles takes 3. This guy takes 3 from the Reversal of Fate, which means he dies and he doesn't get to hit trap. And then this guy moves here and suffers 7 from the unavoidable outcome. I hate this song. There's something about the pulsing in it just messes with my ears. And we need an attack for 2 to come into trap. And it does 4. So trap took some damage. Maybe I wish... Yeah, I should have strengthened this trap, the heal trap, to make it a 6 health heal trap instead of the other one. That's okay. There's no light, so they didn't stun. Oh, could this guy have hit multi-target? He was up here, right? 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, he couldn't have because there was a trap right here, right? So the only reason he ended his movement here was because of the trap, and then the unavoidable outcome goes and gives him the trap. So no, he could not have. And so we can end the round. And so now Deathwalker will Hunger Grasps, hit this guy and kill him, hit this guy and mark him. Very happy with that. Just go as fast as I can. Shackles. Shackles doesn't really know what it wants to do here, does it? No negative conditions, but I could give myself 2 by healing myself. Because I get wound when I get muddle. So let's just add 2 curses into their deck at 11 speed. So what's Deathwalker's? Deathwalker's going at 11 speed and 25. And here I'm going at 11 speed and 29. And Deathwalker's going to kill 1. I want to... Do I have any other bottom that gives me a negative condition? No, I don't. How do I do this? Maybe instead of going at 11 speed... I still have my boots. Yeah, I still have my boots. So instead of going at 11 speed, let's go at 19. No, because that would go down to 9. So we'll go at 26. Is not an amazing speed to go. But I just go as fast as I can on trap and step on this heal. And then... And I can go invisible, too. Just to make sure that I'm safe. I just want to get these curses out. Okay. So I boots of speed on Shackles. And I boots of speed on Trap. Yeah, this was a mistake for sure. So Shackles first will heal itself for 5, which gives it muddle and wound because of the challenge. And it gives an experience and wind. And then now I have 2 negative conditions, so I can give 2 curses in range 3. And they are in range 3. So they get 2 curses. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and Amulet of Life to get rid of this wound. Because I don't have any way to pass it off anymore. So let's just heal and get rid of this wound. And that finished Shackles. Now Trap is going to, I guess, just move 1. Let's move 1, go invisible, and get this heal trap. And then I can move 2. Let's extra teeth to move this trap right here. And trap is invisible. So now both of these guys want to hit shackles. Oh, no. What did I play? Did I play Dark Fog? Okay, I played Dark Fog, so it doesn't matter. Okay, they want to hit shackles. So this guy sees 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3. So he goes 1, 2, hits shackles for 5. Ugh. Already drew a curse. I was going to have time to heal up. This guy sees 1, 2, 3. No. So there's no way for him to hit shackles without gaining disadvantage. So he will do that. And he does 2 damage. And then now Deathwalker is going to move this shadow right here. Oh, I can't pull him through an obstacle, can I? Let's move this shadow. Oh, man, I don't want to have disadvantage on my attack on this guy, but I would like the shadow to go ahead and be on the thing, so I guess I'll move it there. This shadow will hit the lightning eel, and this shadow will hit that lightning eel. So first this guy and mark him, and he dies, and so I get a new shadow, which I will put on the boat here. And then this guy at disadvantage does 3 and leaves him marked. So now when he dies, I get my final shadow. And new turn. So I'll go fast. I really don't want to dominate or fluid knight. He's not next to 2 shadows, so maybe I'll deepening despair and I'll just move shadows. Oh, I can move this shadow too, and then it'll be next to him. So that'll get that. I guess I can Scarred Effigy and just move as close as possible to him. And let's just Agony of Others. Why not? And then on Trap, I'm going slow. I'll place a Regenerate Trap. That'll be fine. Deathwalker first. So move 2, move all shadows 2, and then Deepening Despair. So attack for 4. I'm going to be able to long rest, so might as well do this. And I can't short rest is my battle goal. It just pulled 1 card. It does 5, which is not going to be enough, I don't think. Shackles is muddled, right? Because I muddled myself on my turn last turn. So my attack is just an attack for 2 while muddled. And I don't have any way to buff it up. And it does 1 damage. And then I move 2, so I get to pick up a loot at least, and I set 2 retaliate. And then Trap. Trap will move. Yeah, Eel is single target, so it doesn't matter to me if he hits the shackles. So Trap will move and set a Regenerate Trap. And then do a default melee attack for 2. Oh, and I can strengthen it. Oh, I get the +2, and he dies. Which will give me a shadow. And so I have 4 shadows coming out of this first room. Which is not bad. Not bad at all. And 1 more turn here, so I guess I'll grab the Regenerate. And then go ahead and hop on the boat. I could move 1, 2 and pick up the loot. It would just pull Trap down 1, but I don't think Trap minds that. Deathwalker, I'll just move 4. I guess maybe I want Deathwalker to get to this boat. I want Deathwalker to be back here so that Trap and Shackles can go into this room, explode big, Trap invisible, Shackles plays all of its losses, and enemies come towards Deathwalker once Shackles dies, and Deathwalker teleports to one of the shadows. So I pull all the monsters here, and then I teleport to the end of the scenario. So I think I will do move 1, get Regenerate, 2, to get the loot. Oh, Deathwalker was first, but it doesn't really matter. this thing will just rotate like that. Deathwalker goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Although maybe I should have gone 1, 2, 3, 4. I wouldn't have gotten the loot though. And new turn. Trap heals and gets all of its armor back, which is very important. And I have stamina potions for invisibility. Do I want unavoidable outcome? Maybe I'll drop unavoidable outcome. I just have to make sure I'm long resting so that I can keep Foxhole. But that seems okay. I guess I proficient hunter here. I could place a 1 damage trap. I don't think it's going to help me at all. I could get a mother of all traps, but I'm not in range to place it onto the bookshelf, which is kind of where I would like it to be. Maybe Deathwalker wants to get 2 more shadows onto this bookshelf. I'm not super sure about that. Using a swiftness potion with trap, I can pull the bookshelf like super far. I can do like a move 8 if I need to. So I really like the idea of pulling all of the shadows. Okay. So trap, did I pick a bottom? No. I want proficient hunter for the top, and then I think I'll do just honeypot, and then I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to open the door yet, so maybe I just go 1, 2, 3 and bring the boat down there. So move 3. I could spike strip, but I don't know what that's doing in terms of leaving traps behind. So maybe I'll just mother of all traps. I'm going to go in and go invisible anyway. I probably won't have enough traps. It's fine. I don't want to think about it too hard. Hurt my tiny little brain. So I'll move 1, 2, 3, and that'll just pull the boat and the shadows and the shackles along with me. And then set proficient hunter. And then I heal 3. 13 XP, so I'm not even close to that. Enemy before its first turn, haven't done that. Never short rest, I'm on pace. Get boots, shell armor. Do I want to shell armor right now before I long rest? Maybe I do. No, I don't. It's so weird because like I want to have high damage taken, but I also don't. So let's not shell armor on the long rest. Deathwalker gets all of her items back, which she didn't really even use any of them. Need to keep Dominate. I need to keep Black Barrage to be able to move shadows. Maybe Deepening Despair, but it's pretty good to be able to attack from the shadows, especially when the shadows are moving in pairs on the table already. I need my teleports. I need my move shadows 5. I need Hunger Grasps to make more shadows. What on earth card can I even lose? Ritual Sacrifice? Maybe there won't be as many eels. I'm going to be really far away from them. I think I'll drop Ritual Sacrifice. Fleeting Dusk might be the next card that I drop, because I'm not going to play the top loss, and I don't need to... There's something that I don't need to do. Once I have 5 shadows out, if I'm not consuming a ton of them with Fluid Knight and Dominate, then I don't need to be bringing them back with Fleeting Dusk. And I have Call to the Abyss and 4 shadows out already. Am I opening the door? I think I am. Could drop Delayed Malady. Maybe I drop Swift Vengeance. Let's drop Swift Vengeance. I think what I'm going to do here is go slow and play Agony of Others with the Unstable Effigy. I will move in deep with Trap and go invisible. But if I'm doing this, then I should have gone I should have shell armored on Shackles. And then on the following turn, I want a Reversal of Fate up before I go in the door. So maybe I'll set... Man, how am I doing this? I want Reversal of Fate up, I want Agony of Others up, I want Unstable Effigy up, and I want Fire up. So that's 2 bottoms and 2 tops. The only problem is that I need the summon in close. But maybe that's not a big deal if the summon is back here. So let's summon back here. I'll move in with trap. The summon will move in 3. But that's not that close. Next turn, the summon will move in 3 while I set up Agony of Others. And I go for a Cleansing Fire to get the fire. And then on the next turn, the summon will have moved again. I get to tell it where to go, and I blow it up with Explosive Wounds. And hopefully there are a bunch of Lightning Eels who come and surround us, and we win the game. I'm not so sure about this. And then do I want to go after or before trap? The big problem is just that I don't want... Maybe I'm just not going to go for the 40 damage in a single turn here. It would be lovely. It would be lovely. I will play my cards and just see if we can figure it out and make it work. But if we can't, then it's no big deal. Do I want to just start with a Deepening Despair? Maybe not. Maybe I'll do Wave of Anguish with Deepening Despair. And that way I can move slightly further back, and I can maybe start getting over to this bookshelf, which I could use to hide in the corner. If I get myself here and put the bookshelf here, then Lightning Eels literally just can't get me. I think I'll go Wave of Anguish with Deepening Despair. Move my shadows about. Figure it out from there. So trap is going to open the door. So move 1 with Honeypot. Okay, it opens all of them. It's 2 rooms. We get doors here. So it's not one big room. It is a large number of monsters. And we have move and... Oh, we get summon. We get a lot of movement out of enemies. This is not bad. Making your way through the floating remnants of the cinnabar, you note the odd timing of all this. The swift destruction of the ship, followed by the sudden appearance of these fishmen. They must be after the second piece of the scale. But how could they command the sea like that? What? You know, I never read any of the text on the invasion of the docks. So that must be what they're talking about, because I actually really don't know. I've never read it before. Replace all door 1s with corridors as depicted. And corridors do not take 2 movement to go through. So that'll be important. Did it do it? No, it did not. So we need 1 away from the top, 1 away from the bottom, 2, 2, 2, and 1. So, like this. And then we need 1 right here. No singles. Any single corridors? No. We can just put it like this. It's like slightly imbalanced, but nobody will know. I don't want to go to the trouble of going and finding another one. So that was move 1 on trap. Let's see. We can go 2, 3, 4. This is like empty. I'll be pulling the bookshelf and the shadows with me. Shackles will get a lot of lightning eels on it, which means I'm not going to have enough health to do Agony of Others. So I don't know what I was thinking. This was dumb. When door 2 is opened, read a thing. It's missing this bookshelf. Supply shelf. Let's just copy paste a bookshelf. I think it was right here, combining these 2 eels. Yeah, touching the 2 eels. Maybe I want to end next to a trap, so that trap can trap with that trap. Let's see, if pigs... Baby's coughing. Okay, she's still sleeping hard. And she's still breathing. I would love to end next to a trap and maybe Foxhole, right? So Foxhole next turn. This guy's going to summon. That's really annoying. A Mother of All Traps would be really good with Foxhole. We've got the Piranha Pigs moving 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they'll make it up to like there. I don't want Shackles to take too much damage. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. And get the bookshelf like this. And then Trap can move and go invisible. So let's get next to this damage trap, I guess. And maybe even place a 5 damage trap with Dangerous Gear. Let's do that. And then I can combine it. What am I doing? 5 damage trap with Dangerous Gear, and then I can combine these for a 13 damage, which would be a 12 damage Foxhole next turn. Invisible. Now the eels go. So here, here, and they're all going to attack for 2. 2 damage, 2 damage, 1 damage. So 5 into Shackles. We get move 4. So 1, 2, 3, and then he can't take another step because of the water, and only range 3, so he's not in range. Then move 3, so just 1, 2, 3, and he's not in range. And then move 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he sees 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that finishes all of them. Deathwalker can move 2, move all shadows 2. Do I want to move these in deeper? Maybe I want to move them onto the next boat. And then I can target any enemy adjacent to 2 with Deepening Despair is what I played. Who am I targeting? Maybe I'll move this shadow here and hit this Piranha Pig number 7. So he'll be marked with Call to the Abyss. Attack for 4, it does 4. This guy summons a pig, which I do not like to see. Oh, I didn't place a honeypot trap. Dang. It's a little late now. Oh, and Shackles will set Agony of Others and bring in the Unstable Effigy. And if he explodes right here, that's pretty good. If he moves... Yeah, he can move 1, 2, 3 and explode right there. That would be insane. Unfortunately, Shackles isn't going to get too much Retaliate in. I would probably want to get Retaliate too. And I guess I would want to Explosive Wounds. He explodes for 4. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So let's just do that. Somebody will hit him and kill him, surely. And then he'll get to go off and use the detonator. And he gets to hit, in his everything in range 2, he'll hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 targets. With the explosion itself, he'll hit 4. Then I'll get 3 retaliates onto these guys. Unfortunately, Agony of Others is going to be on low health targets. But it is what it is. I think it'll be pretty good. Deathwalker has a bunch of shadows. This guy's marked. Man, I really need to be getting stuff over here. I would love to move a shadow in Fleeting Dusk. But I don't know if I have that kind of stamina. I'm definitely going really slow on trap and playing Foxhole. Foxhole, I guess with extra teeth, just to combine the two traps that I've got here. Maybe 67 is just kind of risky. It's not that slow, but if I do go at 67, I could place trap, and then combine them on the following turn with extra teeth and Foxhole. So let's do that, and just hope that 67 is slow enough. And then on Deathwalker, we're going to... I'm hoping that the lightning eels will die to Shackle's Retaliate, but that's not very realistic. So maybe we'll Hunger Grasps onto them. And then I'll move all shadows 2 to position them exactly where I want them. Good. Shackles underspeeds things. What's not good is that this guy is hitting from range, so he's going to back up, and he'll be the one who blows up the bomb, since I don't have fire. Is there any way to give the bomb a negative condition real quick? And then it would get wound and it would suffer 1 at the beginning of its turn? I don't think so. So I'll do Horn of Command to tell the bomb where to go. And so the bomb will go 1, 2, 3. And then upon moving in, it's going to attack, I guess, this scout. No, let's hit the pig. The elite pig. It does 2 damage. We're at 2 out of 40. Then Shackles is going to deal 2 damage to the bomb and 2 damage to all of these guys. And we're at 10 of 40. I don't think it's going to be enough. Let's heal 3. I think Deathwalker's full health, yeah. And let's heal 1 with Amulet of Life. So now I have 13 damage of Retaliate to deal with Agony of Others. I've dealt 10. And then I've got 6 to deal with Retaliate. And then more for when the pigs come up to hit Shackles, right? Yeah, because they are moving. And so then another 2 to deal with Retaliate. If only the pigs were faster than the eels, then I would get an Agony of Others. Oh, but the Agony of Others is on 4. So I've dealt 10 damage. I'm going to get 8 in Retaliate, so that'll be like 18. And then the Agony of Others is probably going to deal like 12 damage, or maybe 13 if I die. And if it deals 13, I was at 10, 23, plus 8 is 31. I don't know what I'm saying. We'll figure it out. We're at 10 so far. That's what's most important. And then I think I was forgetting about the detonator and the explosion damage. So I think we can deal 40 this turn. Deathwalker. I really wish there's a way Deathwalker could blow up the flesh bomb, but I don't think there is. But I can pull another target into it. So let's do that, shall we? So I can move all shadows 2. Let's move... I can only move 1 more target in. Let's move this shadow here. And this shadow here. Can I pull the lightning eel to where he'll go after the bomb instead? I can. Uh-oh. Baby's getting frustrated. Okay, after this turn, I'm going to stop. I promise, baby, I promise. Let's go ahead and strengthen on Deathwalker. I can still move the other 2 shadows, so let's move this one into... and maybe this one onto the boat. So this eel is going to attack this herder and bring it onto the bomb. So attack for 3. Actually, maybe I don't want to strengthen. Attack for 3, non-strengthened. It does 4. And then it will pull into this 5 damage trap, unfortunately. I didn't need to delete the shadow. So now this guy's only going to take 1 damage from the bomb exploding. So that's actually not really what I wanted to have happen. And then this guy's going to pull this lightning eel. Attack for 3. It'll deal 4. and pull him 1-2. And then now he... Oh, he won't go after the bomb because... Oh, but he gets hit by the bomb's AoE explosion now. So that's one more target. And then the scout goes. So he backs up so that he doesn't get disadvantage. And he attacks for 5. And he destroys the bomb. So that will proc the detonator. And so we had dealt 10 damage. So now we're at 17. And then guy number 7, 10, and 1 all get wounded. 17 damage. Attack for 2, 2. 1 damage, 3 damage, that's 20. Or, it was just 2, right? That's 20 damage dealt. Oh, and I didn't move the mark, so I guess this guy's still marked. Attack 2 and 2. 3 more damage. So we're at 23. Attack for 2 and attack for 2. Dang it. Is that 26 damage dealt? I believe that is 26 damage dealt in the turn so far for Shackles. That finished them. So now it's the eels. And so this eel goes to Shackles. He attacks for 4. He deals 4. He takes 4. So the 26 is now 30 damage dealt. And I've got this retaliate 2 as well. We've dealt 30 damage. Eel number 6 deals 2. So he takes 4. And so the 30 damage goes up to 34. And then this guy attacks for 4. He misses, and he takes 2. And the 30... Was it 34 damage? We're up to 36. And then now Pig. He has moved 4, so he goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And he attacks for 6. And it deals 7, which would kill. It would also proc the Agony of Others to deal 7 damage to him. Actually, I could pick anybody to deal the 7 damage to, couldn't I? And then he would die, and I would get my 40 damage dealt. Or do I want to lose a card? Yeah, let's lose a card. Cleansing Fire. And then Pig number 5 has moved 3, so he goes 1, 2, 3. Pig number 7 goes 1, 2, 3. Was I at 36 damage? So oh, this guy still takes 2 retaliate. So now I'm at 38 damage. So this guy attacks me for 5. He gets a +2. But I was at 38, right? And now I'm at 40 from the 2 retaliate? I think so. It's so hard to keep track of all of it. I get wounded as well. And I don't think anybody else is going to hit me. Oh, well, this guy hit me. He has attack range 4 pigs. So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 range, actually. So he just goes 1, 2, and then he's in 5 range, and he attacks for 4. And he does 5. And so then now I can pick any target to take 5 damage in range 3. So any of these. So I guess I'll do it right here with my Agony of Others, and that is well over 40 damage. I don't know how much it was, but it is definitely over 40 damage dealt in the turn with the level 2 Shackles into level 6 monsters. Good job, Shackles. Good job, Shackles. I think I did all of the monster turns. Maybe I didn't do Pig number 10. I don't think I did. So he suffers from the wound, and he goes... He wants to get to this hex. So he would see 1, 2, 3. And then now Trap wants to foxhole these 2 guys. So let's make... Let's just make dangerous ground traps. 3 and 5. And then I will extra teeth right here to combine them. Can I go anywhere with Spike Strip? I don't think I can. I really don't think there's like anywhere that I can go with Spike Strip. Maybe I'll just go here and pick up the loot. I don't know. And then I can move here with extra teeth. Yeah, move 2 with extra teeth. Combine these into a 16, which would be an 18 damage trap, and hit these 2 guys for 18 and kill them. And then I'm in very good shape. Okay. All right. Second room basically went according to plan, other than Trap having to lose some cards, and I didn't get to play the Reversal of Fate. Maybe I'll just play that right now. Deathwalker's in range of the heal. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I didn't have to use my boots, so I can go at 13 speed, which isn't guaranteed to be fast enough, but it's pretty decent. Maybe I'll just heal up. Trap is definitely going as fast as it can. And Foxholing, Deathwalker. This guy's going to die. I really wish I could Hunger Grasps again. I'm going to get an attack for 5 out of Shackles at the very least, and then some tanking. Maybe it's time to dominate and Night Takes Shape and just use some shadows. The baby's looking good. I'm gonna pause here. See if she's hungry, check the diaper, all that stuff. Okay. I have basically no idea where I was. It's been like 6 hours. Looks like I selected cards for the round already. And yeah, last round was the one where we did the big Shackles turn. This turn, Shackles is probably dying. I'm probably extra teething these 2, right? And it's going to be an 18. Because we have 8, 3, and 2. So yeah, it'll be 18, and then it gets the +1, or the -1 on Foxhole. So it'll be attack for 17 on both. I should have my Spyglass, so I'll Spyglass into the Elite. And then, I don't have invisibility. I do have my armor still, though. So that is good. And I should be okay on Trap. Is Deathwalker doing Hungry Grasps? No, I played that last turn, right? Deathwalker's going to dominate and teleport in, and Night Takes Shape. Okay. All right. Let's do it. And we get a really fast card out of Eels, so I'm not going to be able to underspeed that. And I think I'm just going to die on Shackles. We've got 1 card in the hand to lose, and 2 cards here to lose. So I basically need to get Mist, I think. Oh, that's right. I was hoping to Reversal of Fate for the top. Okay. Well, we'll see what I can get out. Oh, it's only 2 Eels, so I can lose cards and still get the Reversal of Fate off. I just can't take any damage. So first guy, number 6, is just going to attack for 2. And then what is everybody else doing? Piranha Pigs are not moving. That's fantastic. So Trap goes down here and is safe. Hopefully I kill both of those 2. Nice. Okay. This is not looking bad. Not looking bad at all. So attack for 2 into Shackles. Shackles will lose the card in its hand. Attack for 2 into Shackles. Shackles will lose the 2 cards. What was my challenge? Wound when I get a negative condition, which is like almost never happened in this whole scenario. So Shackles lost the 2 cards from discard and 1 from its hand, but both of the Eels have gone now and didn't get anything. Trap is going to move here, combine these. So I get 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 8 is 18, and then Foxhole takes away 1. So let's Spyglass into the Herder. And we just need a +1 to kill. Dang it. Never get it. I never get the +1. We can make a 2 health heal trap next to him, so he takes 17. What's up? Okay, so I left the Herder with 1 health. Unfortunately, there's nothing on him. No way for me to... The only thing... I already have Piranha Pigs captured, so I can capture Lightning Eels, but that's probably not going to happen. Oh, and the Eels had multi-target, but there was no way for them to get 2. Okay. Oh, and then traps other attack, right? Dang it. If I just reversed the order, I would have killed both of them. That's tragic. At least this guy dies. And I got away from the pigs, so that's really good. Shackles suffers from the wound. Can do a heal, bless, I guess, into Deathwalker. I mean, it's either into Deathwalker or into itself, and why would it want to do it into itself, right? So let's heal, bless into Deathwalker. Yeah, definitely better to give the bless to Deathwalker. And then attack for 5. So I could hit this guy so that Deathwalker gets the shadow. I probably am going to have Deathwalker teleport over to this herder and kill it. So maybe I'll attack like this pig. The other option would be that I could just set Reversal of Fate and then retaliate into this guy and kill him. Although I guess I would go into the elite, wouldn't it? So there's no point in doing that. Let's just hit this guy because it won't be at disadvantage and it'll give them a curse. Well, I guess not if it kills, which it kills if it crits. It does 5. And it will curse them, which is pretty good. And then with my bottom, I could either step away from them, which I guess that would help in that next turn I could long rest. No, I can't because I played a loss here. So I'll just heal for 5, muddle myself, which is going to wound me again, so I don't lose the wound. I think I healed 1 too much. But I get an experience. And that finishes Shackles. And now the eels, the pigs, attack for 6, and it does 6, and Shackles can't lose any cards. I guess I could have Shell Armored, but it doesn't really matter, does it? So Shackles takes 6 and dies, which I think I'm okay with. These guys both suffer 1. Whoa, did I move this guy's health? No, because I clicked right there. I don't know how he suffered that 3 damage, but I assume he was supposed to. Oh, from the Living Bomb, right? So, where do I want to hit on Deathwalker? I'm going to teleport to this guy and hit him with my bottom shadow. Maybe I want to kill this lightning eel. So let's attack him for 6. I guess I'll throw a Jagged Sword into him. Let's not miss. Let's not crit. Okay. Didn't need the Jagged Sword. He dies. And that means I get to put a shadow on... Let's put it on this boat, since we've already got one there. And then on this guy, I'll go 1, 2, and teleport to it. 1, 2, 3, teleport to it, and attack for 3. So an experience from the Dominate and an experience from the Night takes shape. I'm probably missing an experience somewhere, but it's okay. I did not get 13 experience on Shackles. I assume I remember to give myself my 2 from that. I had to lose a lot of cards, so that's probably why I didn't get it. That's okay. Good. Deathwalker does not miss, so this guy dies. I get another shadow. And we're new turn. So I don't need to do much more in this room. Short resting trap here would make some sense if I just place like 2 traps right here, or even better if I run over this way. There's so much water in the way. This guy is no longer marked. If I just run over this way, there's so much water in the way, and I can place like some traps here or something. The pigs are like never gonna reach. Deathwalker can hit that pig. I've also got this trap here. If I could get up to there, a foxhole destroys. I've got Fluid Knight, which can hit this guy pretty hard, but it's not going to kill. Maybe it would be best to go for the Piranha Pig with Fluid Knight, and I'll go ahead and make another shadow over here to replace the one that I use. Then do I short rest or long rest? I have all my armor on trap still, right? So I think I will long rest. Okay, eel first is going to move and hit trap. Pigs aren't moving. I love it. So 1, 2, 3. Attack for 3, and it does 3. And so trap will use its armor. And then Deathwalker gets to attack for 5. Let's go for this elite, I believe. Attack him for 5 and mark him. I'm not going to heavy sword. Oh, I have to long rest, right? I can stamina potion. So I'm going to do the attack for 5 with Fluid Knight. And it's going to do 5. And I'm going to leave him marked. And then I'm going to summon a shadow next to me. And I'm going to stamina potion back Fluid Knight, because it has to be a level 1 card. But getting back Fluid Knight, now, next turn, I can hit this guy, I think. Because they go, the elite suffers from his wound, this guy suffers, this guy suffers. I just hit this guy with Fluid Knight, and then the elite pig, both of these guys die while Deathwalker long rests on the next turn. And I'll hit this guy. Unfortunately, I can't wound him, but I can make it for 6 with advantage, and I have a chance to crit. Trap finished its long rest. Gets a trap. Gets to refresh its armor. And new turn. So let's pick the card to lose. What's my thing? Kill an enemy before its first turn. Hasn't happened, but... Keep Foxhole, keep Extra Teeth. Because, yeah, I lost Unavoidable Outcome. Maybe Spike Strip. Spike Strip is really good with Mother of All Traps, but that's the only time to use it. So maybe I'll drop Spike Strip. Or maybe I'll drop Mother of All Traps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still got both my stamina potions. I need to make sure I use those. I just need to back away and stall out pigs. Let's do a melee attack into the lightning eel and try to capture it with the net. And let's do Fluid Knight with Dark Fog. Okay, big move out of the eels, the pigs. It's annoying. Melee attack on trap. Oh. It does 1 damage, wow. Move 3 and attack with stun. That's crazy. So I have move 4. I can go 1, 2, 3, and place a heal trap right here. And then the lightning eel is not going to be able to reach. And then he won't be able to stun. Then Deathwalker is going to attack this pig, but not move the mark. And if I crit, he dies. In which case, I would have wanted to move the mark. But I'm not going to move the mark. I get a curse. So he takes 7. And a curse. Which is good. Those are stacking up. This guy goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy goes 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And so he'll attack Deathwalker. Attack for 4. Deathwalker takes 4 and takes a wound. And then because she got a negative condition, she gets a wound. But she got a wound. So this guy's going to die to wound. This guy's going to die to wound. Eel wants to see this hex to hit Deathwalker. So it goes 1, 2. Because it can't come onto this corridor. So now it just sees him move 3 to get to Deathwalker. And we new turn. What? Okay, that doesn't matter. I don't use that deck at all. So, I would love to figure out a way to kill these guys. Maybe there just isn't, because I'm not going to Dangerous Ground bottom. If I move 3, 1, 2, 3, I could Foxhole this trap and hit these two. That's not worth anything. A default attack into the pig can't kill it, but I guess if I drew a +1, I could capture the pig into the net. Same thing with the eel, so I just need the pig to not be attacking Deathwalker enough to kill her. Or I just step onto the heel trap with trap, and then the pig targets trap. I like that. So I'll just step onto that, and then I will default attack the eel and try to capture it in the net. And the eel underspeeds me. And he goes 1, 2, 3, and attacks Deathwalker. Uh-oh. Okay, attack for 2 into Deathwalker. She takes 3. Then trap goes, and he will step onto the heel trap. I don't even have to pop it. I just step there. And then I will default attack. Just attack for 2 into the pig. And it does 1. Why do I never pull well on trap? Okay. But now trap is the focus of this guy. So this guy dies. I get a shadow because I did not move the mark away from the other guy. So let's put it on this boat, maybe. Put it right here. I don't know where I want it. This guy dies. And then this guy will hit trap. Attack for 6 into trap because I am standing in a water hex. And it misses. And trap gets wounded. Deathwalker suffers from the wound and heals 2. And has to find a card to lose, which maybe at this point is Fluid Knight. Deepening Despair. Okay, how do I kill these guys? I just do Fluid Knight, Knight takes shape. That sounds pretty good to me. And then I can hit both. On trap, I just go as fast as I can. And we just see what happens. Okay, both my characters are faster. I would love to get this heal on Deathwalker, but no, I can't do it. I don't have a move 3. Which is what I would need at minimum. So let's do the bottom attack for 3 into the eel. Let's just go ahead and make it 4 with Knight Takes Shape. It kills, and I get a new shadow. And so then let's consume a shadow with Fluid Knight and attack this guy for 5. So 0 kills, everything but miss kills. Okay, good. And that means I get a new shadow. Okay, so I've got the 5 shadows. I need to bring these ones up. I'm not even too far. Dang, I really need to bring the boats over to get the shadows. Maybe I just want to chill back here on Deathwalker. If I just get all the shadows to this point, and I run back here on Deathwalker, and I just stay invisible on trap while I build up a big trap right here, I pull the boss to where I have all of these shadows already. So I just want to teleport Deathwalker over this way. Do I have Forceful Spirits? No, I didn't bring that card. I was considering it, but it looks like I didn't bring it. But I just need to teleport Deathwalker over here. Maybe even run further back this way. Get the monsters to come in. And I've got a lot of cards left still. Did I bring too many cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Have I only rested twice? Lost my 11 and my 13. Hopefully there aren't eels in the last room, but I'm sure there will be. Okay, that finished Deathwalker. Trap suffers from its wound. I guess I would have to move off and then back onto this to spring the trap, which I actually can't do. I can move 1, but then not 2 to get back onto it to get the heal. Deathwalker wants the heal more anyway, and I'm going to long rest on trap, right? So let's just move 2. I need to get a boat, so let's move 2 to get over to this boat and take the boat to open the door. I just need to get closer with Honeypot, and then I guess then I'm taking shadows with me, aren't I? I don't really want to take shadows with me. Maybe I go around this way on the boat, and I leave the shadows here. I just need to move these shadows with my long rests and stuff, which I just long rested, so I should have moved 1-3. And then I leave the shadows here. Once the boss gets here, it's go time. I like it. So, I don't have my teleport, unfortunately. Trap should have looted. Let's just Wave of Anguish and pick up this loot and move these shadows forward. And then kind of just stall. Trap is just long resting. Okay, Deathwalker moves here, moves all shadows too. Trap. Oh, dang it, I wanted the loot, but I should have picked up the money. Suffers 1 and then heals 2 from the long rest. A card to lose. Now I'm on an odd number of cards, and so I will want to... play a Stamina Potion on this turn, and I'll Stamina Potion back on this rest cycle, so I'll Stamina Potion back Invisibility. Maybe I don't even go for extra teeth. Maybe I just go for Dangerous Ground bottom. Because that way it's easier to spring the spikes strip traps. Well, but I have to lose a card here, so let's lose Spike Strip, I think. I've got a lot of cards in movement right now. Can I make it if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, move 1? I'd be 1 short. Maybe I can take 1 shadow with me and it's not a big deal. On Deathwalker's turn, I could have moved that shadow out of the way. Maybe I'll just do that real quick. I can just summon a new shadow with Fleeting Dusk, and then I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go invisible right here. The problem is that Deathwalker is still way too close, actually. So I need to run away with Deathwalker. So let's do that for a couple turns. And so I won't go in on Trap on this turn. But I can go ahead and Foxhole and start building up some traps around here, right? So let's extra teeth with Dangerous Ground, and I'll just go ahead and combine those. But I might want to make another trap next turn, so let's extra teeth with Foxhole. Deathwalker moves 4. Trap moves 1, 2. And new turn. Oh, and I make a 7 damage extra teeth trap. These traps will also kind of help keep Deathwalker safer. So we'll Honeypot and Dangerous Ground. And Fleeting Dusk and Dark Fog, and just move 2. Honeypot, so I can move this to here, which is going to put the trap onto this. Dangerous Ground, let's just get a 3 and a 5 damage trap. And then, I'm not Stamina Potioning back Invisible, which is kind of bad, but I'll Stamina Potion back Honeypot. And then this next turn I go for Honeypot with Invisibility. Deathwalker has to long rest, but I'm okay with that. That lets me get my last shadow into place, because I've got the other 2 under these. Also, I've got D. Something's going to happen with B and D. Guys are going to spawn behind me, but they can't spawn onto traps. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Trap goes 1 in the movement with Honeypot. And so I've got 3 move left. There's no boss. There are a lot of traps in here. There are a lot of traps in here. 3 8 damage traps in here. You scan the debris field for signs of the block of ice. Could it have shattered or melted, or was it taken by the able eye? These questions are are soon pushed to the back of your mind when you see the crumpled form of Lee sprawling motionless inside the jolly boat. Hopefully he's still alive. Yeah, no. Open all doors 2. The first time any character ends their turn while occupying A, read 134.3 at the start of the next round. Okay. So I need to get to A, and then it'll spawn the boss here. Am I going to have enough time of being invisible for the boss to run over to... Well, we still haven't gotten anything from B, C, or D. And I'm sure it's going to use all of them. But does that mean that the boss is going to spawn over here rather than in A? Probably the boss spawns over here next to you, and then more guys spawn behind you. But I think... So maybe I need to move a shadow this way so that Deathwalker can just move a shadow 5 next turn and then teleport to it, just to stay safe. And then once the boss reaches here, if I can be invisible long enough to get dangerous ground off, I've got a 3, a 5, a 7, an 8. Like if the boss is standing right here, that's a lot of dangerous ground traps that proc without having to combine them with extra teeth. Ooh, I don't know. Okay, that was 1 movement on Honeypot. We've got the pigs moving, so I go 2, 3, 4. So this would be like this. So I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And then next turn I need to move 4 to reach the thing. And trap goes invisible. Oh, move 1 and I get this to come with me. And then I've got these corridors. And I put this bridge here to help them reach me, unfortunately. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, and can't move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Grant the closest pig in range 4, which is this normal. Grant him standard move, which is 4. So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Then this guy has no pig in range, and so he summons a normal pig. Okay. Is this in the right spot? I guess it is. Yeah, it is. Deathwalker long rest, so I can move a shadow. I can move this to be here, and I just hope that the boss spawns here, and then I just go. I long rest. Do I drop Fleeting Dusk? I feel like that's probably the least useful card I have. Let's do that. I would love the Wave of Anguish to move my shadow in. If the boss spawns at B, that would be a great spot for my shadow. But then even once that happens, I'm never dealing 96. And with the boss there, if I spring all the traps, it's 15 damage from traps. If it spawns where this pig is, it's 23 damage from traps. And I'm hoping for like 50 damage out of Deathwalker with Night Takes Shape and Wave of Anguish. But that means that I have to get lucky in that the boss is close enough to me. I did get an extra bless from Shackles, so maybe it'll be possible. I think I'm going to move Shadows 2. And maybe I'll play Hunger Grasps, but I probably won't do any pulls out of it. On Trap, I think I short rest. Honeypot is not a good card to lose, but maybe it's okay. Because Deathwalker still will have stamina after she Wave of Anguishes. So if she can get like a Dominate and then maybe another attack in the next turn, maybe it'll be enough. Furry Facade is really... Oh, I don't have enough movement. I move 1, 2, and then I play Furry Facade, and I don't reach. So I'm going to short rest to lose a different card. Take a damage to lose a different card. But then if I lose Dangerous Ground, it's over. I feel like I have to do that. Because I don't have enough time to stall out, or these pigs will reach Deathwalker. Right now, they still have a really long way to go because of all the water, though. Herders do nothing, and there are no pigs in range. Deathwalker moves Shadows 2 and then can attack. So, I mean, I might as well attack, right? So let's just have 2 attacks go into the Elite Pig. 2 attacks for 3. I'm not using any items on them. He takes 7. And there's nobody marked right now, so I'll mark him, but... They're moving 4, which is not that much. He'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and this guy won't even be able to move. Because he would go 1, 2, and then can't go 3. Yeah. So these traps are actually really, really helping stall out. Oh, and they're next, so that's just what happens now. This guy goes 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy can't move. And then this pig got spawned, so he goes 1, 2. Actually, he would go 1, 2, 3, wouldn't he? Because he can walk through trap right now. Scout moves 4, so 1, 2, 3, but then can't move 4. The herders already went. And so trap goes, makes a heal trap here, and then steps onto it, and goes invisible again. Which maybe I didn't need to do that. And what do I get? The first time any character ends their turn while occupying thing, read 134.3 at the start of the next round. And that was the end of the round, so we start. It doesn't say before or after card selection, so I'm going to do it now. Upon reaching the small boat, you discover that Lee Ray lives, but just barely. You'll need to dislodge this boat to get back to Frosthaevn as soon as you can. But behind you, a rumbling begins to slowly build. You turn to see a menacing figure surface from the depths. He wears an imposing suit of jagged armor full of colorful shells and surrounding Abelai bow to his and the surrounding Abelai bow to his commanding presence. In front of this fish king bobs the block of ice you worked so hard to retrieve. He holds up what you can only assume is the first piece of the scale. Pointing it at the block of ice, he mutters something indecipherable in a guttural tongue. A pulsing cloud of darkness emanates from the scale, enveloping the block. The ice slows away from the scale away from the scale within with unnatural speed. He grabs the second piece and holds them both up to the sky, gurgling with delight. You move forward to stop him, and he draws a wicked-looking spear, brandishing it at you and yelling at the other Abelai to attack. Spawn the Fish King at B. Then spawn one herder at C, one pig at D. These are normal for 2 characters. The herder is elite for 3, or both are elite for 4. The Fish King Special 1, which is the slow special. Default move, reduced attack, target all adjacent enemies, add 2 push, then summon a pig, and it'll be elite. His fast special, he focuses on the furthest attackable enemy and moves towards them and attacks them and pulls them for 4 and poisons them. And it'll wound because of my scenario condition. When the Fish King is reduced to at most half of its maximum hit point value, read 41.4. Do I not have to kill him? Do I only have to 96 divided by 2 would be 48. Do I only have to deal 48 damage? Okay, so it was an elite herder and a normal pig, and then the boss. The boss at B, which is a trap. So he just spawns adjacent to it, which the only adjacent hex is right here, which means I do not have shadows where I need them to be, which is very bad. Herder at C, pig at D. D was on bottom. Pig at D, herder at C. Dang it. I just barely need these. Just barely need to move the shadows, but if... Does he move and attack with every card? I think he does. And if he moves enough, then I'm not going to be able to move the shadows enough. Oh. What happens if I just go? I don't have any cards to move all shadows. Okay, but I short rest and I get back Black Barrage, and then I can go at 8 speed. It means that I don't get to do Night Takes Shape, but I move this shadow for 2, I move this shadow for 2, and I Wave of Anguish. If I only have to deal 48 damage, Wave of Anguish is not dealing it. So I guess it's better to teleport a shadow in, or to teleport in with a shadow, because then I get to do the Frenzy Potion, which hits for a little bit more, but barely. It's only attacking for 1 extra. Okay. I think I short rest. Take a damage. Oh, man, I lose my... I don't have any way to move 2 shadows, and I need every hit I possibly can. Although maybe that means I should do Night Takes Shape, but if I do Night Takes Shape, then Deathwalker teleports in. I, like, move a shadow, I teleport in, and I get to hit him an extra time, but it's not worth. Hunger Grasps would be so good to pull him into the shadow. But I'll just do Black Barrage and Wave of Anguish and just go here. And then Trap will just Dangerous Ground as quickly as possible. And let's kill him and only have to deal half, please. Okay, the boss is slow. I'm going to underspeed everything on Deathwalker with my boots. And so then Deathwalker is going to Major Power Potion and Holy Water. So I've got 3 crits. Let's just draw those now. Oh, I only have 10 cards in here. Beautiful. Oh, so I pull every card. But I might pull crits at the same time. So I move all my shadows for 2. And hopefully I just don't pull all the crits at the same time. I get 5 attacks for 5 with Wave of Anguish. 7. Where's the boss? So that's 13 damage so far. I need 48. Okay, that's 10. 2 more attacks. That's 10. And this should be crit miss, right? No, +1 in crit. Where's my miss? Wait, did I draw the miss in this? Maybe I did. He takes 10. And goes up to 43. Did I draw the miss with the +1? I think I did. Okay, I drew the miss with the +1. That's pretty good. I didn't heavy sword any of them. If I had heavy sworded one of them, he would have taken 2 more damage. I don't need it. Okay, so that finishes Deathwalker. And then now it's the pigs, and so they target Deathwalker. So this guy goes 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy goes 1, 2, 3, 4 with jump. This guy goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with jump. And they just wound her, which procs the negative condition, and I gain wound. We get move 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then can't step again. Which means it wouldn't, because this hex is just as close as the other, and then it's not in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's just 4. And that's it for the herders. None of them reach Deathwalker. And then Trap. So Trap just pops the dangerous ground loss. Regardless of your line of sight, spring all traps and apply the effects of each individual trap to one figure within range 3. So first, let's do this 8 damage trap onto the boss. And the boss has now suffered more than half. And so what do we get? When the boss is reduced to at most half, read 41.4. Enough! The Fish King yells. He hasn't even taken a turn yet. And a reprieve seizes the battlefield. He stares at you, his lidless eye truly evaluating you for the first time. Perhaps I misjudged you. His speech has a wet quality to it. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. A wet quality to it? Like it's coming from the back of his throat, but it's clear enough. Scaleless, you are in my realm. I am the king of the seas and all who live in it. Why are you standing in my way, when all I desire is to once again bring... The Fish King pauses, searching for the right word. Peace to these waters. Something happened when that one, the Fish King gestures at Lyrae with his spear, began tampering with these divine rocks. I felt it, the power of the Leviathan, and I immediately knew what must be done. The seas are fraught with warring and death. The lurkers and Abelai fight endlessly. But with the strength of the Great One, I can create the stability needed to calm these waters forever. Is he summoning a kraken? There is a third piece, yes? One more to complete the scale. Help me retrieve it, and I will help you fight the lurkers. Your pathetic mud hovels will be under my divine protection. Peaceful seas seem like an aspiration you can get behind, but you are wary of this megalomaniac Fish King who, only moments earlier, was trying to impale you with his spear. If you agree with the first Fish King's proposition, read 90.1. Otherwise, read 71.4. Okay, I'm terrified that if I do not agree with him, I'm going to have to kill him. Which would mean 45 more damage, which is not something I can do. Traps, things are going to proc, and he would take 15 more to go down to 30. And I hurt a thing over here, and I hurt this thing, and I hurt this thing with all my traps, and then I'm exhausted. Like, Deathwalker's surrounded by all of these guys. Maybe she would be able to teleport in... There's no way she could deal 30 damage, right? She would hit with Dominate. It would be an attack for 6. Then she would teleport in and hit for 3. And then she would use the Frenzy Potion and hit for 3. And one of them would be Strengthened. So that's not dealing 30. But it would be 7, 10, 14. Attack for 14. And then Trap would have no more turns, and then Deathwalker would die. So I'm afraid that if I do that, that's what would happen, and I would lose. So let's agree. 90.1. Nice. I'm going to check what the other one was. It just says it's complete, too. It doesn't even say to finish the round. 5 weeks? 5 weeks is a long time. Excellent. The Fish King gurgles with pleasure. Today we shall secure this final piece of the scale and once again bring balance to the oceans. Get the location from your unconscious friend there and then deliver it to me. I will be watching. The Fish King submerges out of sight and you return to Lyrae, rowing the boat as quickly as you can back to Frosthaven. Luckily, you get him to a healer in time, but he's in quite terrible shape. He'll need to spend some time convalescing before he can help in retrieving the final piece of the scale. The scenario is complete. Gain 3 wood, gain friend of the Fish King. I like the Fish King. I like the Fish King. Why would I not like the Fish King, right? He's a buddy. He's a pal. He spawned and died instantly. 146-1 in 5 weeks. It's not gonna know when I hit complete. So what was the other one? Let's add this real quick. 146-1 in 5 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is it? F9? Yeah. Friend of the Fish King. And then let's see what would have happened with the other one. Would I have had to kill him? 71.4. Oh, no. 146-1? Isn't that the same thing? Oh, I get it. It is the same thing, but I get it. There's a branching path right here. So no matter what, we were going to go and get the third piece of the ice rock thing. But depending on which achievement you have, Friend of the Fish King or I assume Enemy of the Fish King, that determines if you play 75 or 76. So is this going to be a triple link? It might just be a triple link. I should go back and read the text for Invasion of the Dock. Maybe I'll do that real quick. Let's do this. So I guess it probably will add the thing. Yeah. Okay, whatever. That doesn't matter. We beat the challenge. Dude, I feel like every character put in work in that scenario. Like, Shackles gets its mastery. Good job to Shackles. Did 40 damage. I don't know how I'm ever going to get this. That just doesn't really seem possible. But we get a mastery and we level up. I think I did not... Yeah, I didn't get 13 XP. I short rested on literally the final turn, which is tragic. And I did not get Assassin. But we do get 2 XP on everybody from getting a challenge. We get one of these. Deathwalker. Deathwalker's going to retire before Trap. Unless I just fail a bunch of scenarios. I kind of really want to just move the calendar forward and just go and do the next scenario in this quest line. I really enjoy Trap, but it is by time that Trap retires. I've been level 9 for a while now. I may just do that. And I really don't want to retire Deathwalker. I love playing Deathwalker so much. She's so much fun. Shadows are just so cool to hit from the other side of the map and be able to do insane damage and just go into each scenario and I love Deathwalker. Can I hold an extra potion on her? I can. I was already able... I could have had this power potion. This power potion would have done 5... It would have done 8 extra damage had I had it on. And I don't think I want an expertise potion. Like, it's really good with Call to the Abyss on turn 1, but I have Fleeting Dusk now. Although, maybe I do want it just for Hungry Grasps, but Power Potion is probably better. Because Power Potion with Fleeting Dusk is really good. But if you need to hit the same target, Wave of Anguish is one of the best attacks in the entire game. I love Deathwalker. So strong. Stupidly busted. I guess we go back to town. Nothing, so let's just get attacked, because, I mean, you know, it's wintertime, and why would we, like, upgrade the barracks when we could just get attacked instead? I don't know how I've all the way up to 33 winter events. That feels like a lot. You're on your way to the workshop when you hear the alarm bell toll. Rushing to the center of town, you see a group of hunters who have returned early, and not with good news. You catch up with them as they brief Mayor Satha. There's an Algox warbrand approaching from the north. At that pace, they'll be here within an hour. While you prepare for battle, a woman approaches you. Please, I need your help. My son went out to gather some firewood yesterday. Yesterday, I was mad at him for not bringing enough, so I told him not to come back with less than double. But carrying so much wood, and with the Algox so close, he'll never make it back in time. Please go help him before it's too late. Option A, the town guard will hold their own, go out and rescue the boy. Option B, you cannot risk the safety of everyone, stay and defend the town. Option B, we'll lose morale, but it's fine. Yeah, I was right. Oh, it's attack for 15? Is this in the first winter? No, it's in the second one. How is it attack for 15? Alright. My morale is getting really low. I haven't gotten any in a long time. Wow, I actually go down in defense. I didn't even know that was a thing. Still, though, I defend with a 0, which is really good for me. Odd-numbered buildings 10 to 70. So that will be logging camp, alchemist, trading post. Is that it? 3 buildings? Because it's only odd numbers, and it starts at 10. So logging camp, alchemist, trading post. In that order. Defended, oh, not defended, but just broken. If I hadn't lost that morale. So it's the alchemist that needs to be repaired, so I lose 3 resources, and I gain 2. So I will lose 1 wood. And that will finish off that attack. We need to... I guess now it's just daytime, right? So I can spend 14 gold to get 223. Definitely spending traps gold. 92 minus 14 is going to be 78. And then I get 3, 2, 2. 25 gold is a decent number. I don't know if there's anything I would want to enhance on shackles. I should probably look at getting an enhancement on trap. 78 gold is quite a lot. Let's see. We get more herbs. Always get more herbs from the garden. Train another soldier. So 3 gold, 1 resource. Got a lot of hide here. I don't need that. Deathwalker's about to retire. I haven't gotten either of these masteries. I'm far from leveling up, too. I guess I just hit 7 2 scenarios ago, but I don't know. It feels like I should have leveled up. Shackles, I know, leveled up. And I think we're done with downtime now and done with daytime and onto downtime. Deathwalker's gonna spend 5 gold. And get double bless. And now it's downtime. So let's go ahead and level up. And we got a mastery, so I get to get 1 more. Remove 2 -1s. Now there are no cards in here. And I level up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so I just get 1 more. Could do the -2 for the double curse -2. That's pretty good. Each round in which you long rest, you may ignore all negative conditions you have. If you do, they cannot be removed. Whenever you become exhausted, first perform Curse All in range 3. Maybe that Curse All in range 3 thing would be pretty good. It's only 1 perk for it. Because am I attacking enough to pull the -2 double curse? The thing is that I have really good attack modifiers now. I've got a lot of 0s. I could get rid of my final -1 and then only have a -2. I could start getting rid of some 0s for +1 fire winds. Fire or wind, not It's a tough choice. I think I'll just go ahead and take out the final -1. Because in general, I think disarming something is going to be better than double curse. No, let's do the double curse. The thing that's nice about this is that, like, a lot of the time when if you're pulling a curse modifier, it's like, but I was killing the target. But if you're pulling the -2, you're probably not killing the target. And so then you actually still get the double curse because of the -2 aspect of it. So it's like, it's bad, but it's not bad. Put this up here. I haven't forgotten it yet, but an easy thing to forget. I don't know when I'm ever going to retire shackles, just because this is like totally at my own pace. These items really don't make very much sense. They worked in this scenario, but I don't know. I really... Where's the other level 3 card? Okay. I really like the idea of Reprisal. Reprisal with Scarred Effigy. Move in, retaliate 6, get a heal 2. This would finally make it worth playing the shell armor. It's only one time, but if there's an elite, then the elite would go first, and like the elites hit hard, and I have ward for the elite. So I really like the idea of Reprisal. Whenever you suffer damage this round, one enemy in range 2 suffers 2 and move 2. That's really good. So that's like a ranged retaliate 2, but you get to pick who it goes into. So you can have it all go into the same guy. That sounds so crazy good. The only problem is that I don't really have enough healing to like really get a ton out of retaliate. Suffer up to 4 damage and cause an enemy within range 3 to suffer an equal amount of damage. Move 3, disarm an adjacent enemy and self and make fire. That sounds really good. I really like the ideas on both of these cards. They're both making me take a lot of damage. I need to get a major healing potion. And I'm level 3 now, so I can afford to hold an extra one. Now, neither of these cards rely on me having a lot of negative conditions. So I'm not running a lot of negative condition stuff. Even when I add either of these cards, I'm not running any negative condition stuff, except I can disarm myself. Disarming myself feels like one of the best negative conditions to give myself, because I can Swift Vengeance and I get an extra target with it. I can still do Explosive Wounds. I could still do the top of Burn at both ends. I guess I do have a lot of attacking cards, but like, I could take out Line of Transference if I want. Right now, I think I would be leaning the most towards taking out Delayed Malady. And then if I take Burn at both ends, I guess I can move and disarm something, and I can immobilize and heal myself. And then on the following turn, I've got 2 negative conditions. Maybe I've wounded myself in some way, wounded and poisoned myself. Maybe I would want to take... Well, now I'm just describing deadly mixturing myself. Maybe that's something that I need to mess with, is just deadly mixturing myself early just to get a good Swift Vengeance off. Because that would be a really good turn 1. Like, move in. Maybe I could move in with this and be immobilized anyway. Deadly mixture myself to get a good Swift Vengeance. And then what would I do the next turn while I'm disarmed? On the next turn while I'm disarmed, I could do this Burn at both ends. And then what do I even care about being disarmed? And then I could always just Amulet of Life to get rid of the poison and the wound. And then I've used my bag slot item to get 4 curses in the enemy deck. That's a pretty good bag slot item. What else do I have that really relies on a large number of negative effects that I'm suffering from? The only other thing would be Shared Affliction with Delayed Malady. What was the level 2 card that I didn't do? You and 2 enemies within range 3 suffer damage where it's the number of negative conditions you have. I really, 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 really want to play this card. But I think it just... So what I needed to do, somebody had commented on... yesterday, I uploaded the Coral Retirement, where I first unlocked Shackles. And so a lot of people were giving me, like, Shackles advice in the comments. One person explicitly said to take these 2 cards at levels 2 and 3. And I'm pretty sure they were the person who was requesting Shackles in the first place. And I mean, I really can see why they would be really good. I have really enjoyed playing this Reversal of Fate. I really like this kind of retaliate-y build with Reversal of Fate, Agony of Others, and the Retaliate on Scarred Effigy. And then just, like, throwing out a couple attacks here and there. The whole bomb with explosive wounds with a detonator thing, I don't know if that's... I don't know if that's even reasonable. It feels pretty troll. Somebody, I think the same person had said that Shared Affliction can kind of be a little bit of a bait. Because, like, Shared Affliction with Delayed Malady and Deadly Mixture is a really good combo. I'm giving myself a headache. I'm confusing myself. It's a really good combo, but you just don't have that many attacking cards. I think especially, like, once you get level 2 and you take this Infection Purge... This Infection Purge has negative correlation with Shared Affliction. And you can't do the bottom of Shared Affliction while you have Delayed Malady up. So I wish I had tried without having Shared Affliction, running Delayed Malady with this, because now that I don't have this level 2 card, it makes it seem a lot harder to run the Deadly Mixture just to get the bunch of negative conditions. But I'm wondering if there's a way for me to get the best of both worlds. If I am going for Scarred Effigy with Reprisal, I really want to get a ton of curses in their deck. Because this scales amazingly with curses, since it's just Retaliate, which is kind of the opposite of, like, Agony of Others and Reversal of Fate. But this is the next damage you suffer for an attack, so the curse doesn't have anti-synergy. Both of these don't even have anti-synergy with curses. So curses are still really good. And I love playing a curse style. I love playing a curse retaliate style. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And I really only brought Delayed Malady to this scenario because of the ability to ignore stuns. But I think I'm taking the Retaliate card at level 3. It almost makes me want to play another Shackles, though, that does go for this Delayed Malady with Infection Purge and Burn at both ends. I mean, suffering 4 to make an enemy suffer 6 is... That's a lot of damage to be taking yourself, I think. Having the ability to disarm yourself, though, would be really nice. Just to get extra Swift Vengeances out. Because without the Delayed Malady, I don't know how I'm getting Swift Vengeances out. Anyway, I think that's that. I think I'm going to take the Retaliate card. Because it just speaks to me too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then, do I want to change anything out? This is a way to wound myself, which is nice. This is a way to poison myself, which would be really nice. In order to get more curses out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where did my other card go? Oh, I don't know. It's hard. It's so hard. And, like, I'm dying so fast on Shackles. So I don't know if, like, Shackles is actually doing well. I feel like it is, because I mean, it did a lot in that second room. It totally carried the second room and left the other characters with enough initiative to be able to win the scenario. But, you know, is that only because Trap is level 9 and that's really OP? Even though I didn't use the level 9 card, I don't think a single time in that scenario. I don't know. I really don't know. I've given myself way too much of a headache trying to figure out exactly how I want to do this. I should reassess some of these cards. I really wish there were more things that gave curses. Explosive wounds is really something that I'm fine with dropping, especially now that I got this mastery. I don't really want to go for that anymore. So maybe I want to be able to poison myself. A bottom that deals a lot of damage to enemies, I really like. Wounding myself is not bad. Being able to heal an ally, though, could also be pretty good. So maybe I'll take this for the poison and the suffer damage on bottom. I really do like this idea of being able to suffer on bottom. It's a slow card, though. But poison myself is like a condition that can last for a long time. And then... Oh, I didn't take the disarm myself. But I need ways to get negative conditions for Swift Vengeance, which is really going to scale amazingly with the really slow Retaliate card that I got. Alright. What are level 4 cards? Maybe I can go back at level 4. Designate adjacent ally and perform. One enemy adjacent to the designated ally suffers X damage, where X is the difference between their current and max hit point value, and then gains every negative condition the ally has. So this is like kind of like not Glass Hammer, like Resolute Stand, but it's an ally's health instead of yours, which is obviously worse. And it's suffer, it's not an attack, so it can't crit. Move 2, one adjacent enemy gains all negative conditions you have except for the fun ones. So I guess that would just give even more of a reason to not play Shared Affliction. Attack 2, range 3, add 3 damage and gain an experience if your current health is less than half. I mean, that's good. An attack 5, range 3, and you don't really need any negative condition because it's really easy to be less than half health. Move 4, heal self, where X is the number of conditions you have. So if poison is one of those, then you don't get the heal unless you have Delayed Malady. But I feel like I'm not going to be running Delayed Malady. Because the only thing I really get out of it is more Swift Vengeance curses. And it doesn't feel worth it to play a loss to get more Swift Vengeance curses. If I have fire, it's more Agony of Other damage too, but it's not necessary. Is there a way for me to get rid of my Immobilize on the Deadly Mixture on myself? I don't think so, because Line of Transference, I would have to attack, but I'll be disarmed, so I can't. No, there's no way to get rid of the Immobilize on myself unless I'm just not thinking of it. Maybe I would run a Cure Potion. I really want to run a Major Health Potion. I don't know if I know where that is, though. Neither of these is really speaking to me, but an attack 5 top is not bad. 39 speed is kind of eh. Maybe it's better than Line of Transference. It's probably better than Cleansing Fire, but having that bottom potential heal is really good. I really want to get Trap out of here. I'm thinking that I might start a new character and just not use Trap until the calendar has passed and we get here, and then bringing Trap back in to go and finish this quest. This is a cool quest. I like this quest. The last level was kind of eh, but I really liked the level we just played, Flotsam. I want to go down to the Algox line. I'm waiting on a calendar event, which is probably next week, to go down the Unfettered line to unlock Prism. I'm waiting on that to be able to finish off this branching path to get Lurker Shards. Is that the only Coral Shard I'm waiting on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm just waiting on this Coral Shard to Unite the Crown, and unlock Kelp. But I can't go this way yet. I need the puzzle book, which I do not have, but I get it soon. Okay. I have no idea where I was. I need to build a building? Probably. Could look at items again. I could look at enhancements on trap. I don't know. It's too much. It's too hard. What's the level 2 card? Unavoidable outcome. I've already got my level 1 card upgraded. So then level 3 is extra teeth, but I mostly use it for the bottom. Maybe I would want move 3, but in general, I make traps in range 2 anyway. So most of the time, extra teeth is only moving 1 and then creating the trap. Which means dangerous ground, but that would be level 4, and it's 2 traps, so that's really expensive. So I'm probably not getting any enhancements. Increased range on Foxhole would not be bad, and range is cheap, but it is a level 7 card, so I don't think I have enough at 75 gold. I would have to check all the modifiers, and I'm not about to do that. Alright, so then let's just build a building. Maybe... Oh, potion. I want a major healing potion. And I don't think I have that yet. So, healing potion is Rockroot Arrowvine. So, Arrowvine, Rockroot, Snow Thistle. Arrowvine, Rockroot, Flamefruit. I feel like it would be more likely to be Snow Thistle than Flamefruit. I have no idea why I say that, but I feel like it would be. And I know I've got everything. There we go. Arrowvine, Rockroot, Snow Thistle. Arrowvine, Rockroot, Snow Thistle. Oh, I don't have any of them. So we'll Rockroot, Snow Thistle. And then that'll give me the major healing potion, which is very welcomed. Heal 6 on Shackles. Really, really, really appreciate that. I really, really will appreciate that. And then now the shell armor will be a lot better now that more of my retaliate is going to be actual retaliating. I'm going to need wind, but I get that from effigy, which is fine. Especially if I do like effigy plus swift vengeance. I move in and give myself all the negative conditions. Move in, give myself all the negative conditions, swift vengeance onto all the enemies. Maybe at that point I would want to just go ahead and Amulet of Life to get rid of the poison in the wound. Then I'm just immobilized and disarmed, and then on the next turn I do Scarred Effigy. I can't move, but I still get Retaliate 2 and the Reprisal. Oh, I wouldn't even necessarily have to Amulet of Life because I get the heal from Reprisal. But then I get the 6 Retaliate with wherever I'm standing, and I got to move 4 on the previous turn. I just wish that this would be a slow combo rather than a fast one. But I need the wind to get the extra retaliate damage, so... And then I don't mind the disarm. Really nice to just start a scenario with 4 curses. I like it. I like it. And then I can shell armor then, too. Or I could even shell armor on turn 1. Detonator is definitely not something that I need. Maybe just a shield would be good. Instead of Detonator and Horn of Command, double shields. I think that would be a lot better to just shield 3. Maybe. How many times have I said I just need to build a building? Let's get the mining camp. 8, 5, 2? Maybe not. 8, 5, 2? Okay. Well, 1 metal, 2, so 8, 4. 8, 4. So I'll do 2, and then I'll pay 1 from the carpenter. And that will unlock the mining camp. And we just get a prosperity. We don't get anything else. 1 away from prosperity 6. That's insane. I don't know if I'm going to play Trap in the next scenario. The difficulty would go down so much if I added a level 1 instead. Let's see. Do I just play Astral? Now that I've just unlocked Astral? Do I play Astral and go for that tome thing? The Tower of Knowledge to get the Tome of Conflict? I also want to continue on this Prison Break storyline. There's so much going on. I really want to play Astral. Maybe I'll do that. What happens when I add a level 1? Ooh, because I leveled up, now it would be max level monsters if I still have Trap, since Shackle's leveled up. But if I have a level 1 Trap, instead, we go down a difficulty. Deathwalker and Shackles going down a difficulty from what we just played. I guess I lose the most overpowered thing in the universe, which is a level 9 Trap. Trap is so good. I have no idea. So I really want to make a power rankings of the classes once I finish this. And it's like, I'm constantly thinking this is the most broken thing in the universe. Like, Snowflake, while I was playing it, beyond busted. Beyond broken. Amazing. Trap, now that I'm level 9, what could possibly be stronger than that? Coral, oh yeah, let me just shuck and deal 150 damage on this turn while being infinitely tanky and retaliating on things. And then, what else have I played? Banner Spear, I think Banner Spear is amazing. Like, she does so much damage, and she's tanky, and she was really, really good. And for a bunch of the scenarios I played in the beginning, she was like my strongest character. But I don't think she compares to any of them. Deathwalker is really strong, but I don't think, like, the Frosthaevn characters have such good niches, and like the niches that Coral fulfills, and oh no, that's not necessarily true. I was gonna say that Deathwalker doesn't quite fit a niche role as well, because Deathwalker is basically, I'm gonna deal damage and have my damage deal damage while it deals damage. But she has the really unique ability of being able to hit things super far away. And so when you play a level where there are a bunch of objectives that are all spread out apart, she's the only class that can send shadows out in 5 different directions and hit 5 different places at the same time with Wave of Anguish. And the ability to have 2 shadows on either side of the map and teleport to one and then teleport to the other. And hit something from super far away. Like, that is really, really valuable. Is all of that as valuable as Trap's ability to just say none of the monsters are going to reach us this turn? Trap just says, like, hey, I know there are 5 melee monsters coming to try to attack us, but instead, how about they just don't? Coral says there are 5 melee monsters coming and trying to attack us this turn, so how about I just tank all of it and retaliate on them? I don't know. It's going to take a lot of thinking to try to organize where exactly I think the classes lie. And then, like, with the things I know, like, about Astral, I don't see how it could possibly compare to how strong Trap is right now. But I will just have to give it a try. I think that's what I'm leaning towards right now, is getting rid of Trap and bringing in another character. And then I don't know who sits out while Trap goes and retires. I do not know. GG. Did I build a building? Hopefully I did.